Armada Kickoff is brought to you by Community First Credit Union, Winn-Dixie, Baptist Health, Bowden Eye and Associates, Brumos Automotive, and Coastal Spine and Pain Center.
Hello and welcome into Armada Kickoff. As we enter the final weekend of the spring season, the Armada set to step into the league's biggest stage as they prepare for their first ever matchup with the New York Cosmos. We'll look back on Sunday's 0-0 affair with Ottawa and preview the matchup coming up with those Cosmos.
We'll also hear from 3 Armada players with local ties who all found themselves on the pitch at the same time on Sunday. And we'll hear from New Jersey-born Jemal Johnson as he returns to face one of his former teams. Plus, the Analyst Roundtable and Bob Veal joins us in the boot room.
But let's start with a hot one Sunday for the Armada. Clearly, after back-to-back matches without a goal, the Armada were looking to score, but after conceding 4 goals to Carolina the previous week, there was also the defense to consider as the Ottawa Fury came to town. Ottawa hadn't surrendered a goal in nearly 4 full matches as it came south of the border for Sunday's matchup. And it was hot, temperatures hovering around 100 degrees on the field at kickoff, and the Armada would dominate possession in the first half. Here in the 14th minute, Lucas Rodriguez, beautiful through ball to Bochy Hoyos, but he's closed down by the Ottawa keeper, Renoir Pacer. 35th minute now, Ottawa with a corner. Watch Miguel Gallardo elevate and control the ball in the box. He was part of a terrific performance by Gallardo. 4 minutes later, watch this finesse shown here by Pascal Million. Floats one to Jaime Castrillon, making a run. The header goes just over the top. We saw a bit more of this with the Armada, making some runs through the box. Just very close here, though. You see the angle. Great effort by Castrillon to get up to it. It was scoreless at halftime. Early in the second half, Armada looking to end the scoreless drought. Marcos Flores has it on his right foot from about 25 yards out, but Pacer is there with a diving save. Taking another look at a different angle, sure looks like this one is a goal-saving play by Pacer. Still scoreless into the 58th minute when Flores is on the run. Down the middle of the park, orchestrating the attack, feeds Pascal Million, who one-times it and just does miss the outside of the post. Take another look. Flores looking like a point guard on the fast break, directing traffic. Million just misses. That was the story of the day for Jacksonville. 64th minute, Million again. A rocket with a left foot, turned aside. And the chances continued for the Armada. 83rd minute. Now, here is Nerden Rustage coming in to Joseph Toby. He crosses it in. It's punched out by Pacer. Rustage goes up for it and gets a yellow card for this. Maybe a little bit of contact. Mark Geiger, the World Cup official, shows Rustage the card. Take another look. Is this worthy of a card? I mean, Rustage is 6'3". The guy's going up against Julian de Guzman's like 5'7". That doesn't help. All right, anyhow, we're on to the 87th minute, still 0-0, and Gallardo bails out the Armada here. Everybody thought this was going to be an offside call. It wasn't. It's 1 point at home for the Armada after their first ever 0-0 draw.
You know, we want to get the 3 points, obviously, but, you know, a point is, you know, we're just trying to accumulate points now. Unfortunately, the spring season, you know, we can't win that, but we're looking to finish strong here and you know, take that into the fall.
I feel a little bit guilty to don't be able to score the goal personally, and also as a team we created a few chances and we couldn't hit the net. I feel that we're getting better and we're learning from mistakes and we're gonna get ourselves ready for the fall season.
It's going to be a tough game for us. You know, Cosmos are a very organized team, but that doesn't mean we're not going to go out there and go for 3 points. You know, compete for 3 points.
And you look at the stats here. No score, of course. More shots and more shots on goal by the Armada. Fury really laid back, put about 10 guys behind the ball most of the contest. Yellow cards for Boehner and Rust is just their first. Nothing to worry about as far as that is concerned.
The fair and fair man of the match went to former Australian A-League player Marcos Flores. Flores is a leader both on and off the field and arguably played one of his best matches thus far. He created several opportunities from the midfield for his teammates and took this great shot that just went wide early in the second half. Flores has 2 goals and 2 assists so far this spring season. And speaking of spring season, it comes to an end this weekend with a match in New York against the Cosmos. Then it's time for the fall season, and although the Armada will be away for a couple of weeks during the beginning of the fall season with matches in Ottawa, Atlanta, and Minnesota, they return to Community First Park on July 18th to face the New York Cosmos.
This continues to be a season of firsts for the Armada, including for 3 players with local ties, forward Tommy Krissanovic and defenders Nerden Rustic and Joseph Toby. Krissty Andaur tells us more.
It was the first Sunday match for the Armada in the regular season, and it's been years since these 3 Jacksonville locos set foot onto a soccer field together. And last weekend was the first time ever Rustic, Toby, and Krissanovic played at the same time wearing their Armada colors.
Oh, it was great. It was great, obviously, to see those guys on the same pitch as me, because I know those guys for years, and me and Toby actually shared a lot of time on the field together in high school. Not with Tommy, because he obviously graduated earlier and everything, but it was good to see all 3 of us at the same time.
Toby even remembers being 15 years old and playing on the same soccer club as Rustic.
It was good to play with them again because, like Northern say, I played with him in high school. I played with him in club soccer for Jacksonville Jaguar. So, but for me, I played with him with the Jacks United when I was in high school for a little bit. But it was nice playing with them again. I never thought I would play with them in a pro team, but I thought Northern was going to be pro somewhere before me and Tommy as well. But it was just good to come out there and play as a Jacksonville local.
No, obviously the hopes are there. We're very good friends. We've been very good friends for a long time, and now obviously playing together in the NASL is huge for us, and I think it's very welcoming for the community as well. I'm sure the community likes to see 3 of their hometown players, and it's a very positive thing.
There is little doubt that the highest profile team in the league is the New York Cosmos, and for the first time ever, the Armada will travel to the Big Apple to face the Cosmos this weekend. New York leads the NASL spring standings. With just this weekend's matches to play, the Cosmos have yet to lose a match. That includes a rather historic trip to Cuba, where they became the first American professional soccer team to visit that island country since 1978. The result was a convincing 4-1 win by New York. Cosmos are led by former Real Madrid great Raul, who at the age of 37, still showing that he has it, leading New York with 4 goals this spring. Head coach Giovanni Savarese has his team on the doorstep of clinching a spot in the 4-team NASL Championship in November.
For most of the Armada players, it will be their first time playing in New York. But for one player, it will be much more familiar setting. Culpepper has more on Jemal Johnson.
It's the league's biggest stage and, for now, the league's best team. And one Armada player knows what to expect. Jemal Johnson used to not only play for the Cosmos, but he has plenty of family and friends in the area.
There's definitely a buzz when you play there. They've got a large crowd, and their fans make a lot of noise. So it'll be interesting to see how we react to that, and it'll be interesting to see how they go about playing against a team like us. Because I feel like we are one of the best teams in the league.
While many of the Armada players are excited to play in New York for the first time, for Johnson, it's more about who he'll see than being on that stage.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to get all my cousins down there, a couple of my aunts, to come across and watch the game. I mean, I've got family in New York, but I've got family more so in New Jersey, so it'll be good to see all them again.
As for what will happen on the pitch on Saturday, real question is whether New York will take the same approach as many other NASL teams have against the Armada and just play defensively, or will we see a more freewheeling style of game?
It'll be interesting to see how they do play against us and how they do set up, because I know, obviously, having played for him, I know that Gio likes to their coach likes to have that attacking flair going forward, but they've also had a very solid defence, so it'll be interesting.
All right, make your plans to join the Armada in the fall. You can purchase a fall season ticket. You'll get every NASL home match in the fall season, starting with the July 18th match against the New York Cosmos. That's the first and only home opportunity to see the Armada play the Cosmos. 10 matches at Community First Park. From as low as $10 per match, you still get all the benefits of season ticket ownership. Call 844-2-ARMADA or purchase online at armadafc.com. Straight ahead, one team keeps their title hopes alive and another loses theirs. We'll go around the NASL as Armada Kickoff rolls on.
And Bob Veal joins us for Bob's Boot Room. Stick around, more Armada Kickoff is straight ahead.
Now here's a great deal just announced today. A summer triple pack, a friendly against Boca Juniors, June the 27th, the most popular team in Argentina coming to Jacksonville at Everbank Field. It also includes the fall home opener against the New York Cosmos on July the 18th and Minnesota United July the 31st. Those 2 matches at Community First Park. Call 844-2-ARMADA or online at armadafc.com.
With just 1 week to play in the NASL season, teams are falling by the wayside who are trying to chase for the championship. Let's take a look around the North American Soccer League this week.
Let's start in Tampa, where the Rowdies needed to win to stay alive in the chase for the spring championship. Watch this play off the corner kick, settled by Brian Shriver. John Spitz doesn't cover it, and it's put away by Darwin Espinal. 1-0 Tampa Bay. The Rowdies had the early lead. That was a halftime score. 60th minute here, and it's Shriver again. From just atop the penalty area, he nails it home. 2-0 at that point. Tampa Bay goes on to a 2-1 victory over FC Edmonton. They stay alive in the hunt for the spring championship. Indy 11 and Fort Lauderdale. Indy with new head coach on an interim basis, Tim Reagan, taking over for Jurgen Sumner earlier in the week. Victor Pineda played the role of hero with 2 goals and a 2-1 victory over the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Big win for Indy. Welcoming Akira Fitzgerald home in Carolina, the goalkeeper who shut out the Armada the previous week. This time he concedes 1. J.C. Banks scores for Minnesota, but Nacho Novo's header made it a 1-1 draw. That was the final. San Antonio and Atlanta. Here's the only goal of the match, turned in by Omar Cummings, his 5th of the season. He leads the North American Soccer League. San Antonio, a 1-0 victory over the Silverbacks.
So here's the league table. With just 1 weekend more to play in the spring season, the Cosmos and Tampa Bay Rowdies are the only teams still alive for the chase. Here's what has to happen for Tampa Bay to win. They need to win their match this weekend. The Armada need to beat the Cosmos, and Tampa Bay has to make up a 6-goal differential. It's not looking good, but mathematically, they are still alive. Armada, more or less, it's going to be tough for them to climb too much higher than 5th there, as you see them with 11 points. But it's a very jammed up middle of the pack in terms of the NASL in the spring. As you see, Ottawa with 10, Indy with 10, Edmonton and the Strikers with 9, and Atlanta bringing up the rear. Just 1 victory in the season, 5 draws, though, earning them those 8 points. Now let's head to Bob's Boot Room, presented by Nike. Here are Bob Veal and Krissty Andaur.
Thank you, Cole. Bob, the Armada finally gaining a point from their draw against Ottawa last weekend, and you said a lot of that had to do with direct soccer.
Yeah, let me explain direct soccer. It means that although we have possession in the middle of the field, we knock the ball about, a lot more balls with that possession are going forward. So we're getting people forward at a packed defense. So for me, more balls forward means much more direct soccer.
Let's take a look at some of those clips.
Here we're passing out of the back, 1 pass back there. And then we're passing forward. So it's getting more direct. Second pass back, only 2 in this sequence. And then we're passing forward again. We're going direct to their goal. Look at this. Big pass up the middle, and Milan runs in it. So it's more direct towards their goal. Let's look at the second sequence here. Here we pick the ball up in the backfield again. We're looking for gaps. Remember, they're playing this real Italian defense. Everybody behind the ball. Great ball here to Jemal, and that caused Rodriguez to come in and take that shot. So much more play towards the line, or towards their line. So here we go again, playing out the back. This is quite a long sequence. I like this because Rodriguez is forward there. No opening, so he passes it back. And this is Jaime Castilian there, back to Trejo. And then we come at the back there with Fabricio. We're passing it around a bit. And there's Bocci here. See, they're going forward. They're going forward. One little knock back there, another one. And they're looking to break down this defense. Defense is packing 10 players behind the ball. 10 players behind the ball. Very hard to break down. But they're patient. This is the style we play. Look, patience, and we play it out to the left
until they
again.
find the hole.
And then they see a gap, and this was a great ball down to Rodriguez, who pops it inside, you'll see in a minute, outside to Flores, and he gains the corner. Now, we're going to see this corner because that whole build-up led to this corner, and it led to another attack. And many of those build-ups there, they were trying to find the gap in this defense. Hard to break down a defense
that's just parking
playing,
the bus.
Yeah, they're parking the bus there. And so this is what came out of that. Is Pascal Million, it goes out to save the ball there, back again, and the build-up from the corner. And there's a great header on goal in a minute. You'll see there.
Oh, that just
missed off target. But that whole direct build-up was towards that play.
What a play that was by Hyman. Just missed the corner.
Yes, it was a great direct play. And I think this weekend we play the Cosmos. They will give us much more room at the back to do that. As long as we play direct and out them, they're not going to play a defensive game at home.
Okay, thanks so much, Bob. The Armada close out their spring season, like we just mentioned, tomorrow night in New York against the Cosmos. Cole?
Thank you, guys. Straight ahead, Andy Kidd and Mauricio Ruiz join the roundtable. We'll talk about how the Armada will handle the NASL's biggest stage. Stick around. More Armada Kickoff straight ahead.
The Armada Social Rewards program is a great way to stay connected with the team via social media. Just go online at armadasocialrewards.com, create an account, and start earning free gifts. Like, tweet, tag, and start earning those tokens. Each week, we pick a random winner, and congratulations to Laura Goldie. You've won 2 tickets to the first ever fall match for the Armada against the New York Cosmos on July 18th. And now let's head over to the roundtable presented by Subway. Cole?
Players that you can switch around, and we're going to be very strong.
We saw a lot of different players, a lot of different lineups.
All right, thank you, Krissty. Time now for the Analyst Roundtable. Mauricio Ruiz, Andy Kidd. Let's start with this weekend's matchup against the Cosmos. Andy, how important is this one for the Armada?
Well, it's important from a points perspective, but it's even more important from a momentum perspective. You know, get these guys going into the fall season with some positive momentum, coming off of 3 kind of tough games where we haven't been able to, find the back of the net. So just as important it is for the points, for the overall record, it's really important because we're going to have this big break and we want to be thinking about a positive result.
Yeah, I think it's a confidence factor as well, that you're going to go on the road playing the top team in the league. How do you fare? And I think we've competed well against everybody, but certainly there's a bigger test that we've had so far.
Big news out this weekend, or this week rather, the NASL announcing that they are expanding to Puerto Rico. Carmelo Anthony is going to be one of the owners of the Puerto Rico team. What does this mean for the league?
I think it's great for the league when players, when owners of name show some interest, to the league. That gives a little bit of the publicity that the league requires internationally, certainly locally. And Puerto Rico has had a team before, so this kind of just reemergence of the Islanders, if you will.
It's an untapped market there. I mean, they tried it before, but I think now coming in, with Carmelo Anthony, I mean, that's a big name that's going to attract a lot of interest, and he's got the financial backing, hopefully, to support it long term.
Well, and it also means probably a lot of folks will be making plans to make road trips. To hey, one road trip in the NASL. All right, Puerto Rico.
And Puerto Rico fans, they love soccer. It's a very rich culture of soccer down there.
There's a chance that Keita could return this weekend for the Armada. Is that going to solve the Armada scoring woes if he does get back in the lineup, Andy?
Well, he certainly hopes so. Keita is a proven goal scorer. Every game he was in, he was creating chances if he wasn't finishing a goal. The problem isn't creating chances. We are creating chances, as a team. It's having that person with the killer instinct and the attacking third that's going to finish. And I think Keita does have that. So it'll be interesting to see how he does against the Cosmos coming off injury.
I think you're absolutely right. I think what he brings is the killer instinct inside the box, which we've missed. I'm very surprised and impressed how well we played against Ottawa, who created a lot of opportunities, but we were missing a final touch. Now, you can't expect Keita to come back after 3.5 weeks of being gone and expect them to solve our problems. The team has to be bigger and better than that. So I think the committee, how we created chances, were very, very positive last week. But Kidd is certainly a welcome side back.
Yep.
Andy Kidd, Mauricio Ruiz, thanks so much. When we come back, Krissty dives into the Twitterverse. More to come on Armada Kickoff.
Fall season packs are now on sale, and you can still get the same perks as season ticket owners, as low as $100 for the whole pack, which actually includes 10 home matches, including the fall season opener on July 18th against the New York Cosmos. Call 844-2-ARMADA or online at armadafc.com. Let's head into the social media world where Armada players and fans are active every single day. Midfielder Lucas Rodriguez shared this photo of him and his baby son, Liam, out on the field last week. A member of Section 904, Sunny, shared this photo on National Best Friend Day. And if you take a closer look, guess who's right in the middle?
Who is that?
Goalkeeper Miguel Gallardo. Another Armada fan, Cassidy, tweeted this photo selfie of her and Joseph Toby and captioned, "It's always a good day when I get to see the Armada play." Did she mean to make that rhyme? Sarah also tweeted out this photo with Miguel, and if you look a little closer, again, those are Miguel's autographed gloves just for her. Marcos Flores shared this cute photo of him and his youngest #1 fan who actually drew him a picture on game day. And how could I not share this photo from Section 904 that they actually Instagrammed? Again, look closely and you'll notice the Armada flag at the international friendly USA versus Netherlands match last week. Cole, I'm not sure about any other teams in the league, but the Armada seem to just have all around the greatest fans.
It's pretty remarkable, isn't it? The connection that the players and the clubs already made, and that was great. Our friends at the Soccer Stop took that Armada flag to
How
see
cool.
that. That's great to see that when the USA is playing. Of course, it was a big week for the USA as well. That Netherlands match was last week. Then this past week, beating Germany, the #1 ranked team in the world. It's been a big week. Could be a big week too if the Armada can pull off a big one in New York.
Well, we're all hoping for them back here at home, so let's hopefully win that victory.
Our coverage of the Armada against the New York Cosmos begins Saturday at 7 p.m. Remember, you can get the latest on the Armada online at armadafc.com. On radio, it's the Armada Soccer Show, Fridays at 3 on Sports Radio 930. You can also hear the Armada Monday podcast every Monday with Bob Veal and me on armadafc.com.
And remember, if you can't make it to New York, there will be a CW17 watch party presented by Community First Credit Union at Lynch's Irish Pub tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Krissty Andaur.
And I'm Cole Pemper. We'll see you next time.
Armada Kickoff is brought to you by Community First Credit Union, Winn-Dixie, Baptist Health, Bowden Eye & Associates, Brumos Automotive, and Coastal Spine and Pain Center.